Hi, everyone. I'm like, five, it counts you down. Five, four, three, two, one. It's a little like that Mel Robbins thing I put on my Facebook page for all of you to watch. That's my bra strap. Hi, everyone. It's Marilyn Aloria, and I am live again every Wednesday at 12 noon. I'm trying it out every Wednesday at 12 noon to go live. And this is Mystic, my little black cat. He's probably going to crawl on my lap in a second, and he likes to be on me when I'm doing things. I want to talk to you about overwhelm. I want to talk to you about being out of balance and being overwhelmed. And because a lot of you, when I asked you what you wanted to learn, and I'd like you to keep that going on in the comments, telling me what you'd like to learn, talked about getting affected by other people, right? So really being in overwhelm, being out of balance, getting affected by other people is the same thing. It's like, how do you remain in inner peace? Hi, Viorica. How do you remain in inner peace? And how can you keep this balance inside? So I'm writing an entire blog post about this that's going to go out tomorrow with how to get back into peace in less than 2 minutes, like how to really bring it back home to yourself. So bra strap again. So I want to talk a little bit about overwhelm and what's been happening, what happened to me and out of balance. And I know that you're going to relate to this. So this has to do with empathic ability, being spiritual, being sensitive. I'm waiting for you guys to join, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because you can go back and review it and then see. So a couple of weeks ago, I hit out of balance. If you think about it, like I went through this big launch with my membership program. Hi, Michelle. These are people in my membership. Hi, Viorica. Hi, Michelle. I went through this huge launch and it was really successful and it was wonderful and it was a lot of work and it was really very focused and it was incredible. It was actually an incredible time. And I came right out of that launch and I went into yoga certification. I joined a year-long yoga certification. And I came out of that like weekend of intense yoga and was feeling really good. And all of a sudden I went down the rabbit hole. I'm like, where the frig did you come from, rabbit hole? I'm like, what happened? Why am I out of balance? Now I get up in the morning and I do some Ayurvedic yoga things, which I'm going to start teaching all of you. Hi, there's my nephew. Hi, Tyler. My nephew is gifted and he's opening up and he's on a whole other world. So I can't wait till I introduce him to all of you and he's ready. He's incredible. So, and he's born to the brother that doesn't believe in what I do. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I think that's funny, but his parents are supporting him, which is great. Hi, Pia. So I hit the rabbit hole. And I was like, what's going on? I get up in the morning and I do these great things and I'm drinking coffee out in my beautiful backyard that I've worked on. And I go meditate, I go running with the dogs, I do yoga. I mean, this is the life that I've created. What is going on? Why am I out of balance? And what I learned from spirit was that my thoughts were getting me out of balance. Because even though everything was like I was doing really, really well and I created this incredible life, I started getting into scarcity consciousness, lack consciousness again. It's like when something great happens in your life and you're like, wait, is that gonna stay or is that gonna go away? Is that other shoe gonna drop? What's going on? So I had to really reel it back in and get back inside my inner self and get back into balance. Hi, Elizabeth. So I want to talk to you about what happens when you're out of balance. It's like, whether you're going through some really difficult time or maybe your life is going great and people on the outside would be like, how dare she be out of balance? We all go out of balance. And when we're out of balance, we allow things, people to affect us even more. And I want to teach you some tools and techniques and I want to hear from you about your experiencing of how you experience people when you're out of balance or how it knocks you more out of balance and what goes on with that. So for me, when I'm out of balance, I'm feeling really wonky, really uncomfortable. I don't even know what's going on in here. And I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm journaling about it. I'm meditating. I'm like, what is this? And I have to bring it back home. I have to reel it back in. I have to get back in touch with my true sense, my true heart, my true calling, why I'm here. I have to get away from the people that are tossing me out of balance too. What does that mean? Do I give the power to them? No. But if you're hanging out with toxic people, you're going to experience more toxicity, right? So I was going to the dog park thinking I'm out in nature, I'm with my dogs, but I was walking with these people, I should be careful of some on my Facebook page, that weren't good for me. We'll just say that at that moment in time in my in my insecure stage, whatever I was going through. So I want to give you a tip and a technique, and I want to check in with you guys and see what's going on with you and ask me questions. But I want to give you a tip and technique, and I'm going to go out with more tips and techniques on my newsletter tomorrow. One of the tips that Spirit gave me yesterday was to carry, and I was supposed to have the prop, but I don't have it. So imagine I'm holding a little birthday candle. I got a little birthday candle in my hand. And they said to carry this around in your purse and carry it around in your back pocket or in your wallet. And whenever you're feeling a moment of lack, shame, scarcity, fear, anything like that, they said, go somewhere, like say you're working in an office where you hate everyone, like they're just getting on your nerves. Go into the bathroom, as long as you're not going to set off the fire alarm, or go outside by a tree and light the little birthday candle. And sing something beautiful to yourself or say something beautiful to yourself. Celebrate the light inside of you at that moment and then blow it out. It's such a simple tool. It's a simple technique. And what it does is it makes you aware that for a moment you may be feeling like the light inside of you has gone out because you're distracted by what's going on out here. And you take it back inside. And by doing a simple little thing of lighting a birthday candle and bringing the moment back to yourself and saying something or praying or saying a mantra or singing, it allows you to reignite the light inside of you. So say your boss comes, my nose is always itchy when I do these things. Say your boss comes into the office and you're like, and he just pisses you off or something. Take a break. Go outside. Go to the bathroom. I used to go to the bathroom all the time and I would just sit there like, and work on whatever I needed to work on before I entered out in the world. And I didn't even care. It was my time alone, away from people. You're empathic people. Many of you are carving out new lives. Many of you are creating lives that you want to live, not the ones that you're feeling forced to live. And so the little birthday candle is a trick where you can get back in touch with you, back in touch with spirit. So I'm going to go check because a lot of times, I'm going to refresh my page. A lot of times the Be Live, sometimes the Be Live shows it to me. So let me see what's going on here. I just want to hear what's going on with you. So tell me, hi Karen, tell me what's going on with you with overwhelm or where in your life you're feeling lack or scarcity or where you're feeling not abundant. What abundant means to you, what happens when you feel out of balance. Let me try to give you some tools and techniques right now. So like Victoria says, when I feel out of balance, I found myself annoyed with my husband and family, but I also feel very flat. I also get lightheaded often. So that's a grounding thing. What happens is you, P is saying something that I actually wrote about a long time ago, so I'm going to go to P in a second. Victoria, when that happens to you, you feel out of balance, right? You feel not grounded. You feel like something has affected you. A lot of times when you guys are feeling discomfort by other people, it's because something affected you and you flew out of your body and you're like in reaction. You're in reaction. You're experiencing something from when you were a child. You can't even react because what you want to do, like I had a moment today that you're going to read about in my newsletter that you're going to be like, oh, Marilyn did that? Yeah, I did something today that was like, so Brooklyn of me. So Brooklyn. But I did it. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. You're going to have to read it. But you want to ground. So what do you do to ground? Here's another tool Spirit gave to me. Look out the window. Find a tree. Find the sun. Maybe not stare into the sun. Find the sky. Find a leaf and try to connect with it right away. Or go online and Google images of sunflowers and pull up a sunflower and just meditate on it or look at it or imagine what it would smell like. Even if what it would smell like to you is strawberries, it doesn't matter. What I teach everybody in membership, and they know this, is they're learning another language. They're learning how to get out of this to get into this. My spirit guides taught me something today that I'm going to be teaching down the line in an abundance class that I have coming out soon that you'll hear about soon. But it's about the language underneath our lives. And it's this lattice, if you don't know what that is, it's like the crossing, like those fences. It's the energy that we put in that lattice that allows us to increase our vibration and attract in what we want. So hopefully I didn't lose people there. Pia says something really interesting. And I did what a nice idea, me in my pocket. I didn't say that, Pia, but I once did a blog post about it, about putting a mini me you in the pocket and coming out and bringing it out and just talking to it. So I didn't want, I think the whole blog post was about, I want to stick my hands in my pockets, not in other people's pockets. I can't remember the whole blog post. The main thing you all want to do is live your life from your heart, not from other people's perspectives, other people's opinions, other people's tensions. And it's hard when you're existing, right, with a lot of family or friends, or you're going to a job you don't like. But that's the exact moment you've got to reel it in and come back to you. Because in order to create the experience out here, we've got to create the experience in there. So let me know if I'm losing you, and I'm sorry if I am. Let me see what else people have said. Inga says, work-life balance, I will feel like everything I'm doing is wrong and I can't do anything right. My body feels tired and bloated and my brain is foggy. Inga, I do this because, wow, do you know how many people experience that? Like, it's so true. Your body feels tired and you're exhausted and you don't even have you're like, oh, you may have a moment like there's a class and you buy the class and you're like, I can't wait to get into that class. I'm so excited. And then you go to your job and you're like, I have no energy. And all you do is you go home and you just sit on the couch and you eat ice cream. Now, I think there's a time for that. I really do. Last night I was watching the Hallmark Channel, The Good Witch, because I got to tell you, I like that stuff. It's like in my world, it's happy. People aren't killing each other. That makes me happy. And I had a little ice cream. Good. But I don't have it all the time. I don't go out of balance. So, Inga, what I'd like to say to you, sweetie, is that what I would want you to do is to find one thing a day, hi, Thomas, that you can do to help you feel like you're celebrating yourself. Because it sounds to me like that statement, like you're doing everything for everybody else, or you're doing everything because you have to pay the bills, or you're doing everything because you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to do this. And when we get into that energy, it's so depleting, right? So I want you to find one thing a day that you can do to celebrate you. So here's another tip. Phone, right? Go on your phone, set your alarm for every hour. Do it for one day. And in your notes section, these are my notes for today's Facebook page, which I haven't even looked at, which I should probably look at. Go in there and write a mantra or write an affirmation. Set your alarm for every hour. And when that alarm goes off, say that affirmation to yourself. You'll start picking up your energy. You'll start feeling better. It'll really help. Okay. So let me see what else we have here. Michelle says, I get into a mood that my gifts are never going to open up and that I can't do it. I get depressed and then the next day I'm fine. Okay, so how many of you go through that, the woo, like that? The one day you're like, woohoo, I'm great. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Hi, Susan. And then the next day you're like, oh, God, I suck. And you ride this roller coaster. So what's happening there is there's moments of truth and then there's moments of not truth. But you've been living the moments of not true for so long. And then you're starting to feed, that's the lattice thing I'm going to start teaching, into that, the moments of truth. But this moment of truth isn't yet really strong. It's not a way of life yet. It's a habit that you're developing. So you'll walk like a paradox. You'll switch back and forth. So the main thing you want to do, Michelle, or anybody who goes through this, is to not make yourself wrong when you're having those moments. When you're having those moments, and Michelle, you're having a lot of success with reading people on your Facebook page and everything. Michelle's part of membership too. And hi, Daisy. Yes, I'll do that in a second, Karen. Actually, I'm going to do that down the line. I'll tell that in a second. So Michelle, what I want you to do, because you're doing so well, sweetie, like, oh my goodness, like, look at what happened to you the other day when you posted and you did a reading, a mediumship reading, and it was all correct and it was great. What you want to do is, because that's when the self-doubts come in, the critics come in. That's where the parents, the siblings, the teachers, for me, it was Catholic school, coming in saying, you can't be doing this, you're crazy, right? You just want to notice that. You want to recognize that. And when you're having a bad moment, you want to allow it. You don't want to make yourself wrong for it. You want to love yourself through it. The worst thing we get into is that we self-critique and make ourselves feel even worse. So you just spiral downward. So during those moments, you want to be like, okay, feeling like crap. I was doing great yesterday. I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what set me off. You try to kind of want to figure out what set you off. And then you want to say, okay, I'm giving it 2 hours. I'm going to allow myself to feel crappy for 2 hours. And then I'm going to go get that cup of chai tea that I friggin' love. And you know what? I'm having whipped cream on it today. And I'm going to allow myself to have it, and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. Go do something different. You go to the same coffee shop, go to a different coffee shop. You take the same route to work, change a different route. You eat with your right hand, eat with your left hand. Why do they tell you to do this? To stop. I think it's the neural patterns or whatever that scientific word is for it. It changes your habit. It changes how you experience your life. So the next time you're having a bad moment, a bad day, do something different. So Karen's asking me tips for hourly mantra, please. Now, are you asking me a mantra or asking me for tips around how to do a mantra? So I'm taking yoga, Ayurvedic yoga certification, right? So I'm learning all about, mantras weren't my thing until I took the certification. Learning all about mantras, learning all about breath work. I'm learning about the mantras and the chakras. I don't have them memorized yet to like do this stuff with you guys. But if you're looking for just tips on how to do a mantra, write your own mantra if you can, or Google mantras and have one come up. I love the one that's I am God. I don't know the Sanskrit, the way of saying it yet. They said it to me in yoga, but I still don't have it. So there's a mantra for I am God. I think it's Akim. I can't remember it right now. Go into your heart. Maybe you light that candle that I told you about, that birthday candle. See the light inside your heart. Put your left hand on your heart because that's about receiving. You can even open your right hand and just trust that whatever you need to do will happen. And just say the mantra in your heart. Now, what I would love to see you do is say it out loud and see it travel into your heart and see it travel out your hand. Say it out loud, see it travel into your heart, see it travel out your hand. Let me know if that helps you. All right, guys, so I'm winding down. My dog's going to bark because that's what he likes to do to me when I'm on Facebook Live. Let's see if there's any other questions. And remember, on my blog post tomorrow, I'm going to give tips and techniques to get back into inner peace in 2 minutes or less. Also, what I would like to do is hear from you what it is you want to learn. Keep telling me what you want to learn on this live feed, because like I said, I'm going to be doing them every Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific time, until I decide that time doesn't work for me, and then I may shift it. That's the beauty of working for yourself. You get to do that. All right. I think I'm beginning to understand today. I was not able to focus at work because I seem to be feeling and visioning my dream. It is like I'm in the vibration of already being at that place and job I'm dreaming about. Susan, that's a great thing. So what she's talking about is that she's already dreaming about the job she wants to be in. She's already visualizing it. She's already vibrating at that. You definitely want to do that because you're vibrating at it. So then what you want to do is you may find that all of a sudden, like you're in your location, but you're like totally in your dream, and you may not be grounded, right? And you've got to be able to be in the moment as well. So what I would say is pick 3 characteristics from that dream that you can incorporate into your day today. So maybe in that dream of that new job, I am just revealing all my bra straps to you. Maybe there's 3 things in that dream, like there's a plant on your desk, there's an angel on your desk, and there's a song playing. Have those 3 things in your day today. Because what you want to be able to do is bring the external physical experience, they're talking to me, into your everyday experience today. So let me repeat this. They're asking me to repeat it. You all, think about it, everybody, you all have a dream about something you want to achieve. and you could feel that dream. You can taste that dream. If you don't have my 360 Living book, make sure you opt in and get that book, because that helps you to do a day in the life to have that dream. So everybody think of a dream that they have. Can you feel it? Just play it out. And notice maybe a sound that you're hearing in that dream. Notice maybe a visual, maybe it's a color, or it's a plant, or it's a flower. Notice a visual and associate a color to it. Notice maybe something you're wearing. Okay. So the three things, right? I said sound, color, like a plant, a flower, and then something you're wearing. So what they showed me was the bird songs. I'm hearing a lot of bird songs, so I know what that means to me. I know something's changing. The second thing was these beautiful green leaves. And then the third thing was these like mesh kind of shoes I had on my feet. So what you'd want to do is get a green plant. You'd want to get a track on your iTunes thing that has bird songs. And then you'd want to get like those mesh shoes. Find them on Amazon. Buy them. Go to the 99-cent store. I don't care what you do. You don't have to spend money on this stuff. Wear those shoes to work, or have them in your bag and slip them on if they don't go with your outfit. Have that plant on your desk to touch. Have that iTunes song to listen to. And when you're feeling really friggin' funky and you're like, is this ever going to happen? Or you're feeling like you're living the dream, but you've got to pay attention. Have those things there to bring you into the moment and focus in on the moment. Now, when I go out of my body, like if I'm playing tennis and I'm not on the court, one of the things I do is I bring my attention to the physical aspects of the court. The court's green, the ball is green, my sneakers are white, my skirt is gray, my opponent is wearing a blue shirt. I do that because I can be on the tennis court and not in my body, and you can't be on the tennis court and not in your body. You won't win. It sucks, actually. So let me know if that helped. I feel like those were some really great tips I gave you. I'm going to just check again, see if there's any questions. Now's your chance to ask me questions. And then I'm going to go. Because I'm making these short so that we can have really good short tips and fun together and then move forward from there. So Elizabeth says, great tips. So I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to check my my notes to make sure. So let's talk real quickly. If someone throws you off a balance, right? So that was one of the big things that I got. If somebody throws you off a balance, what do you do? Well, what I normally do is sometimes it's really hard, right? Sometimes like you're like, it gets you so thrown. And like what I've noticed, and this is where I'd love all of you to get, is I have simultaneous healing happen at the same time. So what happens is, and this happens to me, I know I just keep showing that bra strut. You're welcome, Carrie. I'm glad it helped. So if somebody throws me, it happens on the tennis court a lot for me, because that's bringing me back to nursery school and grammar school days, being on a team, not being picked, not playing well, whatever it is. Oh, they don't like me. That doesn't really, well, yeah, no, sometimes somebody will show up and I'll feel a little weird. And what happens for me is simultaneously, as I'm having the experience of, I'm also having the consciousness, cognizance, recognition of what it's triggering at the same time. And then a higher form of me will click in and be able to either help me to understand what's going on, or will tell me, this is what's going on. This is the moment in time it's triggering. Let it go for now. We'll deal with it later. So it moves it out of its way. I know it took me a really long time to get there, and you guys will get there. So what you want to do is, if somebody throws you, you want to know right then and there, one, it's an opportunity for you to expand. It's an opportunity, for you to grow into something more magnificent. It's an opportunity for you to not blame the person, even though they might be doing something really crappy. And it's an opportunity to, a lot of times, a lot of you feel like you've lost your voice and you want to be able to speak out right at the moment, but you don't have the words. Or if you speak out, it might be what I did this morning, which I'm going to tell you about in my newsletter, not today on the Facebook page. You want to do your best to breathe. So I'm going to teach you some yoga breaths as we continue these chats, but not today because I'm still learning them. So you want to be able to breathe. So do that 5-second rule thing that Mel Robbins talked about, you know, count down in breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then allow yourself the opportunity to not respond in the moment. Allow yourself, make a mental note, say, okay, tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to learn what this is about so I can grow from it. And then I'm going to be able to not have that happen. And then the other thing I'd suggest you to do is ground right away. Because what that person has done is triggered you out of your body. If you're near nature, get outside, touch a tree right away, touch the dirt, touch a flower. If you're not in nature, do a breathing technique of a cord going all the way down your body, all the way down into the center of the earth. Breathing in with Mother Nature. Breathing up through your body. You don't have to go up into the sky because you're already there. So breathe from crown chakra down, all the way down. Everybody try it now. See a cord. If you can't see the cord, just imagine what the cord would feel like. See it going down, all the way down your spine, which is all the way down your chakras, all the way out your first chakra, all the way down, way, way, way into the center of the earth. It's taking roots down there. And then breathe up to your head. Breathe down it. And that'll ground you right away and help you to not get distracted. All right, everyone. Bonnie asks, what is the best way? That's a whole conversation, Bonnie. I don't know if you're in my Soulful Living, but if you join my membership waitlist, if you're interested, you can always join the waitlist and opt out. But there is a VIP waitlist, and I give a free chakra lesson, and it's incredible. Ask anybody from membership. It's a really good lesson. So, but I will keep that in my notes for down the line teaching that because it's a big lesson to teach. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Remember, at 12 noon every Wednesday, I'm live here. If you're not on my Soulful Living with your guides, let me put that up here. Definitely get on there because I'm starting to do with your guides. I'm starting to do more work there. So that's my private Facebook page, Soulful Living with Your Guides, private Facebook group, free group. Just join in there. And I'll be live again, and hopefully my hair won't be rah, and my bra strap won't be rah, and all of that kind of stuff happening. But you never know what's happening. It's live. I don't really care. I remember one of my clients saying, why don't you get your hair blown out so you don't like freaking mess with it? And I'm like, I don't really care. I am who I am. So, love you all. Definitely keep commenting. Tell me other things you want to learn. And thank you. And Victoria said she loves these little chats, so that makes me very happy. Tell me what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Maybe I go off on tangents sometimes, or I go here and there and there and there. And I know that, and I'm really trying to hone that skill in more. So be honest. It's totally fine with me. Hi, Paula. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for my membership people, Viorica, Victoria, Daisy. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And even the one, Susan. I don't think Susan's in membership. She might be. I got to remember. But Karen, Susan, Elizabeth is. And Carrie, everybody, thank you for joining me. And Pia, much love to all of you. Thank you, Pauline, for being here. And Bonnie, I will see you next week. Much love to all of you.